дашо, нарда не дашо, три вечори, добрі вечори, добрим людям на здоров'я. Божа мати дари, зібрала дашо, три вечори, добрі вечори, добрим людям на здоров'я.
Wow. All right. The Lemon Bucket Orkestra. No big deal, just another day at the office, stopping by CKUA's Edmonton Performance Space. Man, that sounds so amazing. I just can't stop grinning, you guys. That's so awesome. Thank you so much for being here. Mark Marczyk, you're at center stage, violin and vocals, and kind of like the reluctant ringleader of this three-ring circus, I suppose?
You nailed it.
So this is a project that's been on the go for like a decade, or very nearly. You guys are touring through Alberta right now, and thank you for spending some time with us here at CKUA. It is such a treat. We've really been loving your latest record, and I was wondering, it's kind of a song cycle, almost kind of a concept record. What was the creative jumping off point for this album?
It was actually this one song that we really like that's from Odessa, from the Black Sea coast of Ukraine. And for our other albums, we kind of just put together based on no concept whatsoever. We just played our favorite songs and from different parts of the world and saw what happened. And this particular one, we said, instead of playing a whole bunch of different tunes from different parts of the world, what if we took one song, busted it open, and saw how many different styles and different ways we could tell the same story. So we took a verse from each of the song and split it over from the song and split it throughout the course of this hour-long song about a guy who's who he's taking a train ride home from a stint in prison and trying to tell his mom how he's never going to be the same again.
Well, it really takes you on a journey, even though I don't understand what the words are most of the time. I feel a lot of feelings when I listen to this record.
Yeah, that's kind of, that's the goal with music in general, and that's why, we don't really limit ourselves to any one language, or we don't even, I don't know if do we have any English language songs? I don't think. We have maybe one sometimes we do live, but for the most part, oh, that's true. Sometimes we do that, but generally, it's way more important to us to sort of share the experience of various places we've been, and then also our experiences of music that we listen to and are inspired by.
And sharing it with the world. Traveling worldwide and filtering it through your own very highly personal and very Canadian locus and focus. I think that's really cool.
The biggest thing that we say anytime we go anywhere is that we are at heart a Canadian band. Like we're inspired by Eastern European music, and then there's a punk aesthetic, and some of us went through classical training or jazz training, others are more folk-oriented. There's lots of different influences that come into the music, and that, to me, is really what the Canadian experience is all about. So even if we're playing mostly like Balkan music, you can hear those Balkan horns, or you can hear klezmer or that Slavic polyphony. There's still something about it that is unlike any of those places that makes it uniquely Canadian.
And I love the fact that you guys get to play not only all over the world, but all kinds of different places, from like great soft seaters like Festival Place, where you're playing tomorrow night, to bars, street parties, and even school workshops. That's a big part of your touring regimen, I understand. What makes you want to share this music with school children?
Well, I mean, the music, we learned a lot of this stuff from the generations that came before us. And part of the reason that, we don't do, I guess, our own original songs. We sort of do original arrangements of traditional music, is because we want to be in touch with something that's larger than ourselves, something that sort of spans many, many generations, and reaching back is a really important thing for us, but also creating that sort of precedent for people moving forward. And so it's important to be able to pass that on to the younger generation. So that's why we do that.
What's your most memorable experience working with school kids?
Oh, man. Pittsburgh. Yeah, there's some guys are saying Stowe rocks. We went to this one high school in Pittsburgh and did a workshop with a local brass band, high school kids as well, and taught them this Macedonian Romani song that then they performed with us at a big sort of local cookout, this big festival. And it was a super, super rewarding experience just to see these kids who have never heard music like that before really own it, jump into it. And again, that's the whole beauty of it, is that you don't need to know the language. Music is something that you can share. It crosses, class lines, crosses cultural lines, and creates this sort of a sense of unity that's, I think, is really important, especially nowadays.
I'll say amen to that, my brothers and sisters. And I must say, when I was in elementary school, the big kids from the junior high came, and the orchestra played like the theme from Raiders of the Lost Ark and stuff, and it blew my mind. It changed my life. I can't imagine what hearing the Lemon Bucket Orchestra would be like for the school kids in Hinton, let's say. That's pretty amazing stuff.
Well, they'll figure it out at some point. We'll be doing workshops all over the place, and we like to say that, put it out there too, into the ether, especially when we do interviews like this, is just, a lot of times the way that those workshops come about is just somebody from some high school anywhere decides to reach out and say, hey, are you guys into this? And 99 times out of 100, if we're going that direction, we'll be up for it.
All right, well, you guys are game for all kinds of things, including spending some time with us here on the radio, coming down and getting all set up and getting us rocking on this Thursday afternoon. And thank you for being here with us. This is so amazing.
Yeah, our pleasure.
Mark, are you going to share one more song with us?
Yeah, we're going to do a song. This is actually the newest song that we've been working on, so it'll be the first time that it plays on radio.
Ooh, a galactic radio premiere.
And we always, there's this sort of running joke in the band that we say, when we're on stage, we don't ever have any set lists or anything. We kind of just go with whatever the audience is feeling and what they're giving back to us, and create a set list on the fly. And sometimes that means taking requests if anybody has a favorite Eastern European classic that they're just dying to hear. And of course, somebody in the audience inevitably screams out Freebird, which is not an Eastern European classic. And so we decided to troubleshoot this issue and write a song called Freebird. So this is nothing like the Freebird that you all know and love, or are maybe slightly annoyed by, but it's our rendition of a tune about flying.
A future classic from the Lemon Bucket Orchestra, live on CKUA.
Sana, sana, colita de rana, si no sana hoy, Será para mañana. Ой, гуляти, дівочки, з вечора до світа, та будете споминати дівочі літа. Піка, піка, пікало москіто, sono